I am replacing Madam Zaidatu. Alright, because she's today. Okay, so hopefully we can have a positive and interactive apa nama ni, class lah ya, training. I've just been told by Puan Anis that you don't have the camera and speakers. So what we are going to do is we're going to, consistently use the chat box lah. Alright, or the breakout room. Okay, let me just share screen. Okay. Alright, so we are going to continue the class from yesterday. From yesterday, okay. Apa nama ni? So, as you can see, we start off with this one. Oh Allah, increase me knowledge while keeping me humble. Right? Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. So, we are going through this proposal writing training. Hopefully, inshallah, it can help you, yeah. Anis?
Ya, Miss.
You nak saya throughout English saja ke macam mana?
Ikut Miss, tak kisah.
Okay. Kalau saya English all the way, okay.
Boleh.
Alright. So to the rest of you, if you have any problem, if you have any queries, any question, you can straight away put it in the chat box. What I'll do is, let me just turn on my chat box, ya. Chat box saya, so that saya boleh tengok lah. Okay, so kalau ada apa-apa, just ask me question. Okay, now, today is going to be your session 3 on day 2. Okay, so yesterday, you went through with Madam Zaidatu, the reasons why you are using a proposal. Writing a proposal. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling good this morning. Is it good? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up ke thumbs down ni? Sebab dah termasuk salah kelas kan? salah harinya link ni. Good. Okay, alhamdulillah, very nice. Okay, sejuk je pagi. Yeah, it's cloudy over here. Right, I'm from Selangor, I'm from Puchong. I live in Puchong, so from home as well. So it's cloudy here, so hopefully it's a good day. Okay, sejuk ni, hopefully tak adalah fall asleep. Okay, alright, so hopefully it's all good, insyaAllah. Okay, today you will recall the common sections in a proposal. Alright, why we need to recall? Because number one, then you can reflect on the format of a proposal, so you would understand what is the objective of you, going through this training on writing good proposals. Yeah. So through good proposals, not only the format is important, because it will talk about the sequence. Bila writing a proposal ni, kalau bagus, you ada good flow of writing, jadi orang baca pun, orang tak kisah nak, people will be instantly, spontaneously, the person who receives your proposal will be very much glad to actually read through what is your request. Ya, itulah sebabnya kita kena belajar good proposals, writing good proposals. Okay, so number 1 is the format. Alright, so what you went through yesterday. Secondly, in a format, if you have a good format, you also need good languages. Good languages ni selalunya is very much common. Yeah, very much common, but each vocabulary will be talking about different things. Okay, so itulah. Okay, so kita akan guna the right vocabulary, because bila kita nak request ni, when we want to do a proposal, when we want to propose kan, so when we propose tu maknanya we want people to be on our side, right? So when we want people to be on our side, when you use the right vocabulary, the right words, then it will make people willingly right? Willingly or voluntarily would want to listen or to hear your request. So kalau the right words ni, alhamdulillah orang akan senang je nak liaise with you, you know, get in touch with you. But if you use the wrong vocabulary, nanti the feedback is different. Kan? Sama ada orang tu cakap, tak apalah, just put aside this proposal first, I have better things to do. You know, or you want a positive feedback by using good vocabularies, positive vocabularies that people will be willingly or instantly get back to you, reply or respond to your request. Okay, and then another thing is that you know, you need to revise on the grammar. Okay, the reason is that grammar ni, when you have good basic grammar, okay, it shows the reputation of your organization. Kan? So semua ni, this is what we call as good impression lah. So you have good sequence of writing, you have the right vocabulary to attract the person, and when you have good, you know, stable or commendable basic grammar, everything is in your fingertips. All right, and then definitely the person who replies to you will have some sort of respect in terms of your organization, right? So it talks about the reputation of your organization. So tiga-tiga ni memang, you know, it goes hand in hand, right? Okay, so now let's talk about yesterday. All right, now what did you learn yesterday? Apa yang you belajar ni semalam ni? Just to recall. Tengok, okay ke tak? Cuba type kat chat box tu. What did you learn yesterday? Saya tunggu kat chat box ni. What did you learn yesterday? You know, from morning from 9 to 12, you did quite a number of things. What is proposal? Okay, very good. What else? What is proposal? Maknanya objektif dia lah kan? Okay. Lagi? What else? Other than what is proposal? Cuba fikir balik. Try to recall. Try to reflect. What did you do? What else did you do? Because knowing what is proposal is one thing. Yeah, so when you know what is proposal, then you can understand why do you need to do a proposal. Okay? So what else? Takkan what is proposal saja. Saya tengok slide sebanyak tu. Syira bagus ni. Syira very active. Siapa lagi? Let me put this here. Sharia, Rosmanizam, Fiza, Rehan. What else? Content of proposal. Very good. The sequence of the content. Yeah, which one goes first and things like that. Anything else? Banyak lagi ni semalam. So Hana? How to write purpose, problem, solution, and conclusion. Very good. Now, how to write itu maknanya you get the idea or the view on what to have and what to avoid in a proposal, isn't it? So what do you avoid in a proposal? What do you have in a proposal and what do you avoid in a proposal? Ingat tak semalam? Do you remember? Ingat tak? Tak ingat kah? Okay, so in a proposal, because you would want to attract people, you know, you want people to respond positively to you, and thus you should use all the positive words, isn't it? Okay, and you avoid negativity. Okay, alright. So you can see, a proposal has few common sections. As Nur Dilaili mentioned, you have purpose, Okay, why are you writing the proposal? You have the problem or the issue or the concern. Okay, alright, kita kadang-kadang taklah problem sangat, tapi kita ada concern or issues that we would like to highlight. Okay, why would we want to highlight all these issues or concern? Because we want to suggest solutions. You know, we want to find ways to make things work better, right? Okay, so write down the sections. Thank you, Nuri Laili, you have mentioned it. If I'm going too fast, cakap dengan saya. Okay, so when we talk about concerns and issues, then we have the solution. And through that solution, why do we have the conclusion? Because we will want to reiterate. Yeah, we will want to reiterate ataupun re-emphasize, emphasize again what is the issue all about. And with this, we have the solution. We hope that you agree with us, right? Or we hope that you would accept our suggestion or our recommendation. Okay, all right. Okay, so important phrases and vocabularies that you should have. Okay, because saya cakap tadi kan, you know, in terms of vocabulary and grammar ni, it's very important. At least you have the basic one. The basic one is correct. That will be good enough. You know why? Because it talks about reputation. Okay, so apa-apa yang you tulis pun, please remember that you are representing your organisation. Kan? So kita pun international Islamic, international kan, the international tu. Jadi you have such a big responsibility on your shoulder, right? Why? Because whatever that you write, whatever that you do, it represents the organization. So you would want to show some sort of positivity, right? Okay. So the two things that we are going to highlight today, there are a lot of things in terms of vocabulary, but there are two things that you know can improve would be on collocations and phrasal verbs. Collocations ni selalu guna, tapi mungkin yang tak perasan lah. Okay, phrasal verbs ni selalu juga guna. Okay, however sometimes kita tak perasan semua ni kan, because you don't know, you wouldn't know what's the name kan. Tapi you will go through all this. Okay. Okay, so a collocation, as you can see, okay, a list of words, phrases, or terms that always co-occur. Okay, they are combined or used together. Okay, so kita kena tahu ni, you know, you need to do a lot of reading. Okay, macam saya suka The Star lah. I'm not so sure which one do you like, whether The Star or apa ni, New Straits Times. You suka which newspaper? The Star ke, New Straits Times ke, M-Star Online? Which newspaper do you like? I'm sure you read the newspapers. Takkanlah, don't have the time langsung kan? Do you read the newspapers? Which newspaper do you read? Just type it out on the chat box, yeah? Do you read newspapers? Which newspaper? Facebook! Okay, Facebook, it's a social media. Okay, so saya start sini. Social media, so you have FB, you have IG, what else? You have, apa lagi? Saya tak pakai banyak ni. Twitter, apa lagi saya tak tahu. Me, I always do IG. FB ni because kadang-kadang dia macam tak ada filter, right? So I don't quite like it, FB. But FB is very much informative. Semua ada kat situ. Macam IG is very much limited. Yeah, okay. So through FB, you know, I'm so sure through FB you have a lot. You even can read all this news. Yeah, when we say news ni, it's not just a random news. Okay, so maybe through FB, you can just find for words or articles that are academic or business oriented. So you will go through all these words. Kan? So baca. Okay, so you have collocations, for example, verb plus noun. So verb you tahu kan kata kerja, noun is kata nama. Alright, so for example, you see that chair the meeting. Right, so this is such a common phrase that you use instantly, okay, constantly in a proposal. Alright, so make an appointment or set an appointment, bolehlah juga kan. So when you say make an appointment or to set an appointment ni sama. Alright, it means that to schedule for a meeting. Alright, so give a presentation. Alright, draw up a contract, to draw up a conclusion. You know, to set a price means to negotiate on the fee. Kan? So you have verb and noun. Okay, and then you have adjective and noun. Adjective is actually to complement the noun. Okay, so you boleh nampak, you can see the first one, for example, the noun is actually talking about a customer. Alright, so if you were to say a customer, it is very much general. It could be anyone. It could be you, it could be me, it could be anyone else or everyone else. Okay, but you have an adjective. An adjective will make it specific. What kind of customer? So you say a regular customer, for example. Alright, a loyal customer. Any other customers that you can think of? Any other adjective that you can think of for customer? Other than loyal customer, regular customer. Loyal maknanya a sense of belonging lah. Alright? So no matter what, the person will always come back to you. Right? That is loyal customer. Regular customer ni apa? What is regular customer? What's the difference between loyal customer and regular customer? What's the difference? What's the difference between regular and loyal? Shira, I like you lah. You're very active. The rest of you? Sebab the language kan. So when language, you have to say more. Of course, I can't listen to you, but you can say it. You can still speak, and we can communicate through the chat box. Yeah. Rona Ima, Marcella, wah Marcella. Tak nama ni. Lida. What's the difference between regular and loyal? Regular ni macam mana? What is regular? Are you a regular customer of Lazada or Shopee? Are you a regular customer of Lazada or Shopee? Yes, of course, isn't it? With this pandemic, yeah. Okay, so that is regular. So it means that you consistently or continuously, right? So you tend to regularly, maknanya you tend to spend a lot, yeah. So you keep on coming back. Okay, so that is regular. Loyal, what is loyal? No. Loyal doesn't mean regular. Regular means always. So no matter what, okay, you regularly will buy from Shopee or Lazada, right? So regularly means consistently. Okay, Allah, salah pula spelling tu. Consistently. Maaflah, I all serabums. Okay, or always. Okay, so you're a regular customer of online shopping. Okay, so you have that. apa nama ni, Shopee or Lazada. Are you loyal to Shopee or Lazada? Sekarang it's a different question. Are you loyal to Lazada or Shopee? Shopee, okay. Why Shopee? Why Shopee, Anis? Why Shopee? Are you a loyal customer to Shopee? Shopee tu, aduh. Are you a loyal customer to Shopee or Lazada? So from my spelling ni, I think spelling error ni Shopee ni kan. So you can see that I'm a very loyal customer of Lazada. Because I started off with Lazada, I don't want to have too many applications. So no matter what, I will always buy from Lazada. That is loyal, right? So far so good. The service is good for me. You know, easy to use. Okay, it means that user-friendly application. Yeah, that's how you use it. So you say user-friendly application. So you're so used to that. So you tend to be loyal with Shopee. Yeah. So loyal is different from regular because regular means always. Okay. But when you say loyal, it means that no matter what happened, you will stand by that side. So for example, if you are a loyal fan of Manchester United or a loyal fan of apa lagi pula? JDT for example. So loyal means you are being you will keep on coming back. Itu loyal. So that is the difference between loyal and regular. Alright, so you have the adjective. Okay, so daily routine. So routine is actually the noun. Routine means activities lah. Okay, so what kind of activities? So you say daily routine. So it means that my normal activities. So you boleh cakap routine saja. This is my routine. But what routine? That is very much general. So you have the adjective. So you say daily routine. My weekly routine. Right? What is your weekly routine? Maybe buying groceries. Buying groceries is my weekly routine. Monthly routine. Right? Morning routine. So you have adjective. It means that you want to compliment or say more about the noun. Okay, that is an adjective. Okay, and then you can see the regular exercise, difficult exercise, or you say weekly exercise, you know, things like that. So you have the adjective. All right, and then you have positively encourage. So you can just say encourage saja. But what about encourage? What else can you say about encourage? So you say positively encourage, damagingly encourage, you know, promisingly encourage, you know, things like that. So you add on. And then you also have collocations in terms of noun plus noun. So for example, branding, customer service, work progress. So these are all collocations. So of course, what you can do is you read from Facebook or IG ni saya tak nampak lah, more on reading kan, dia more on information IG ni. So through Facebook, what you can do is you know, or even Google, okay, what you can do is you find for business collocations. Yeah, because different collocation would give a different meaning. Alright, okay, so collocations is very much important. Okay, ada apa-apa tanya. You have any question? Don't hesitate to ask. Okay, so let's try and do this quiz. Now let me see. You can still see my ni kan? This is from Zaisni. Let me see. see. Let me try. IIM. Okay. Saya pun kena join lah korang. Sebab ini uh, okay. Okay. What you can do is you can try siapa punya lain ni? Okay, what you can try is Miss boleh attach link kat sini. Okay, boleh. Stop share first. Saya lupa kau tak boleh ni. Right. Okay, there you go. Okay, you have 25 questions. You have 25 questions. Meh tengok. Okay, dapat tak? Miss kena login ke? Yes. Login please. Using your Gmail. Okay tak? Manage to go in, all of you? Rasa weird cakap seorang-seorang ni. Mine is just this one. So I will go through the answers with you. Hold on, yeah. Let me just check on this one. Okay, start live quiz, classic. Okay. Alright. I'll show you this. So, okay. Masuk through this one lah. Enter join code 528376. Boleh tak? Five two eight three seven six. Okay. Okay, we have Sarah, we have Anis, we have Nana lagi. Dan saya boleh press start. Chat box. Shaja, Zati. Anyone else? Wan Asmida dapat ke? Rehan. Salina tak payahlah. Anis, dapat tak Anis? Tadi kenapa yang lain tu dah terkeluar ke apa ni? Ini masih Marcella. So you have Wani, Zati, Suhana tak ada. Okay, so mari saya tuliskan. 528376 ya. So we will start. Okay, we will start. In case you lose it, dan saya tulis kat sini. Kod dia adalah 528376. Okay, so later if you lose, then if your internet intermittent, you just join in balik ya. Okay, let's start. So for this, you are supposed to answer all the right questions. Once you have the wrong question, it means that it will go back to zero. So Anis, tadi salah tu. Chira is catching up. Wanita ada ni. Shaja is catching up. Oh, Wani. So far so good. It's very steep. Hot. 7, Shira. Very good. $25 questions, yeah? Shira is holding on the first place. Zati is catching up. Wani, Shaja, Shira ni always together ni. Sikit lagi Shira. Leaderboard. Shira is maintaining. Shira has been maintaining from the start. Very good. Shira, Shaja, Wani. Anis. Kat mana? Kat bawah lagi ke? Sikit lagi. Very competitive semua ni. Especially Shira, Shaja and Wani. Come on Wani, you can do this. A little bit more. You can catch up, come on. Shira has been maintaining the spot. Very good, Shira. $20,000, 10,000 plus, Shira. 9 players. So, siapa lagi ada kat bawah? Tu dia, suddenly switching between Nana and Zati. Shira, is that you, Shira? You're maintaining quite good. Tu dia, catching up between Shaja and Shira. You're so on fire, Shira. Come on, a little bit more. Yeah, suddenly Marxi is catching up. Acapan, tu dia taking over Marxi, Marcella, I guess. Come on, a little bit more. Shaja and Shira ni very steep ni. Very competitive. Zati, okay, Marxi, naik balik. Okay, the fifth spot ni very competitive between Marxi, Zati and siapa tadi? Acapan. Very competitive ni. Syaja, Dan, habis dah. Acapan, Tara you suddenly going to straight to number 3. Shira, Syaja, done already. So you've got, okay, very good. Shira, Syaja, Acapan, Nana. Marxi, between Marxi and Nana now. We'll take the top 5, yeah? Habis. Okay, yay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, very good. Ada lagi ke yang tengah main? Okay, kita end ya. Okay. Ya, tu dia. First belongs to Chira and then Shaja and Marxi. Okay, very good. Okay, so Chira, you can see your answers Oh, Cira. Ada ni. Okay. So let's take a look at the questions. Alright. Weird lah korang cakap seorang-seorang ni. I wonder how apa nama ni, commentators kan, macam football commentators ke apa ke, semua cakap seorang-seorang je. Okay, so I'd like to place an order. Alright, okay. And then next question. Okay. Ni semua correct lah. Okay. Don't worry, everybody. Now, what is the difference? Okay. Now, I'll open up my chat box balik. Now, what is the difference between commits, okay, makes and does? Apa? What's the difference ni? What's the answer for this? What is the answer for this? What is the difference between commit, makes, and does? Okay. Okay lah, saya cakap terus. So commit maknanya when you are pledging yourself for something. Right? So when you are ensuring yourself for doing something, that is commit. Okay, makes meaning everybody makes mistakes, maknanya dia lain daripada does ni it's more on the something that is tangible, something that can be seen. Okay, so for example, you say I do my homework, she does her homework, something that can be seen. Make is something that is tangible, intangible, cannot be seen. Alright, okay, so you have this question, how much overtime do you, kalau you cakap how much money do you have? Alright, so that's different. How much overtime do you make? Maknanya how much can you generate for overtime? That's what it means lah. Okay. Number 4, did you do the quotation for Anderson's? Okay. Number 5, our company made an agreement. So it means that an agreement has been accomplished, all right, achieved. How often do you attend lah kan? You don't do meetings, okay? You set up appointment or you do appointments, but you do not do meetings, all right? You attend meetings, okay? How many reports do you have to write? Silakan every month, okay? In finance, there is always a lot of data to be financed, kan? And then you have data. So you don't look at. When you look at, it means that you only observe. Look at means observe. Check means to just run through. To check is just run through. So to just something like look at juga lah, to just go through. Okay, run through. But you have finance and you have data, so you analyze. Okay, so I think you've got to stop making excuses. That's how you say it. Making excuses in the sense that creating excuses. Okay, doing excuses tidak, taking excuses tidak. Okay, so how many business trips do you do a year? Okay, so maknanya how many trips do you do lah? Okay, maknanya how many trips do you go back and forth in a year? Alright, So our director is responsible for making plans or creating plans, okay? Scheduling, all right? So how many emails do you take a day? It means do you receive, okay? All right? So fourth lah ni What's the problem with Susan? She never answers the phone, as in pick up the phone. Kan? In my opinion, you should take this opportunity. Why is it take this opportunity? It means that grab, all right, or accept. At the moment, I'm a computer course to improve. Okay, I am having a computer course to improve mining. Okay, it's really hard to make the right decisions, right? So make the right decisions. Why? Because you have decisions. All right, so you don't take the right decisions, but make, yeah? So the sales team is responsible for making all the sales orders, or processing all the sales orders, because you're talking about the orders, kan? In my job, I need to do a lot of research to support R&D team. Who's going to do the follow-up, right? So it means that who's going to take the responsibility to follow up on this project, okay? Or who is going to be responsible lah. All right, so do you do breaks during your, okay, do you take regular breaks? Okay, sorry, do you get regular breaks during your working hours? Because it's a question, kan? Do you always, okay, do you always get an update? So do you always receive? How many quality complaints do your customers make? All right, because you are referring to the customers, yeah? Do you enjoy, because you have production costs, all right? So it's calculating. How often do you reply your emails? Right, not answer to wrong spelling, but not answer, but not respond. Are there many changes in your company? Who does the changes? All right, so let's just stop this. This one. Okay. Do you have any question on collocations now? Let me present. Wait, betul cakap seorang ni, aduh. Okay, let us take a 10 minutes break. Okay, after this, so on collocations, sekejap saya buka ni. Mix, yeah. Ni boleh explain on look over or look at. Okay, look over, when you look over something, means you are checking. Okay. Sorry, I forgot that I need to look at my chat box. Okay, look over means checking. All right, look at means observing. I need to look at. I need to look at. I need to look at my schedule today. Right, I need to, for example, if you want me to slot in for a consultation, for example, kan? So you want me to slot in for a consultation. So you cakap lah, I need to look at my schedule first. Alright, so it means that I need to refer to my schedule first. Refer, observe, macam tu. Yes, refer. Alright, so when you say look over, look over maknanya to observe or to run through lah. Alright, to run through means to read, To run through means to go through. So semua ni kan actually this one is actually not collocations tau. Kalau look into my schedule first, boleh ke? Boleh? Betul, itu betul. Untuk Anwar Untuk Noah. Okay. Look into my schedule first. Why? Because you need to refer to your schedule first. Baru only then you can confirm with the person or with your patient, whether or not to slot in the consultation hours ke apa ke. Alright, so you need to refer to your schedule first. Okay, tapi sebenarnya ini bukan collocations tau. Ini sebenarnya phrasal verb. Why phrasal verb? We will learn after this. Okay, collocations ni is more on things like they are a combination of words. Alright, so for example, make an appointment. So make an appointment ni lain lah, maknanya to schedule something, an appointment, a meeting. Alright, to give a presentation. So apa yang you bagi saya ni is or run through semua ni, these are more on phrasal verbs. Yeah, okay. Does that answer your question? Okay, tapi meaning tu betul lah. Alright. Okay, so phrasal verbs. Do you need the 10 minutes break? So banyak lagi ni. Puan Nurhaini Atta. Hi. Okay. Alright, break ya. So 10 minutes break. We will come back at, okay, mari kita tengok time saya. 10:08. So we will take a break we will continue at 10:15. Boleh? 5 minutes je. Okay lah. 10:20.
Okay, Miss.
Okay. We will Okay, I'm back. Okay, can hear me kan Anis? Mana balik ke? You have kat bawah tu reactions. Is if everyone is back, just give me a thumbs up. Is everyone back? And 21, yeah? So we shall continue. Okay, so if you were to look at the check box, okay, all right, just run through. Let's just run through. Okay, examples of business collocations are like this. All right. All right. So you have join forces. All right. So join forces. So maknanya apa? Maknanya it means that you are teaming up. Another word for that would be teaming up. Right? Collaboration. Okay, you tend to collaborate. Okay, so that is one. Okay, so business collocation. Go bankrupt. Alright, so gulung tikar lah. Alright, when you are not making any profit, okay, it means that you have lost the profit, you don't have any more budget, or your monetary level is low, it means that you go bankrupt. Okay, all right, so run a company. What does run a company mean? When you run a company, another word for run a company, I am running a company in Shopee, for example, Tio. So run a company, I am running a company of trading, for example. So another word for that would be own a company. Okay. So lead a team. It means that you are a leader. You are leading. You are guiding the team. All right. Okay. Attract investors. Attract investors. Investors means to bring in to bring in business associates. You attract investors, right? So to bring in business associates, to do some sort of collaboration. Itulah. Alright, so these are examples of this apa nama dia? Collocations. Apa lagi ada kat situ? Attract investors. Make money apa? Make money. Tadi kita cakap go bankrupt. So go bankrupt means to losing in terms of profit. Itu go bankrupt. So now make money. What is make money? Right. So for example, online shopping providers are making a lot of money during this pandemic. So what does that mean? Make money. Another word for make apa? Okay, generate profit. Okay, okay. So apa lagi? Do business. Okay, so run business. Alright, suffer losses sama lah tadi macam go bankrupt kan. So suffer losses is not to the extent of bankrupt. Bankrupt means you are losing everything. You are losing your money, no budget, you know. You have no money to actually, no money for rolling kan. So you cannot do that transaction. So that is going bankrupt. Alright, so you have no source of income. That is going bankrupt. But when you suffer losses means you minimal profit. Okay, that is suffering losses. Apa lagi? Build trust. Build trust. What do you think build trust mean? Build trust means enhancing. Okay. Build trust means to build understanding ke, alright. So it talks about two-way communication, build trust kan. So discontinue a product. Ni selalu ni kita dengar kan. So kalau kita on Shopee or Lazada, when it is out of stock, discontinue a product means track order lah. Okay. Meet a deadline. This one people always, people always get confused. Okay. Alright, take a look at the chat box. Okay. This is what people always confuse. People always think that it's dateline, which is not. It's always deadline. Alright, you need to meet your deadline. Alright, you need to submit on time and meet the deadline. Okay, it's always dead. Okay, so not date. Okay, ini selalu orang salah ni. Orang selalu confuse kan date and that. It's actually deadline. Alright. Price war apa? When you say price war, some people they like to go to Shopee, take a look at the price, and then go to Lazada, take a look at the price of the same product, and then they actually decide on from which platform do they want to buy, right? Or do they want to shop, or maybe with the 9th of September sale, there's a price war between Shopee and Lazada. Saya duduk Shopee dengan Lazada je lah. Itu je lah yang saya tahu kan. Lazada lah saya. Okay, so when you talk about price war ni apa? Price war apa? How do I explain that? Price war. Okay, competitive pricing between one another. Macam tu lah, because a lot of people they will go into Shopee first because apparently Shopee is selalunya the price is lesser than Lazada kan. So you go and check, and with the price war between 9 sales, 8 sales, 10 sales, with all this price war, then it will trigger kan, it will trigger or motivate people or encourage people to actually spend more. Okay, which is fun for the ladies lah. Alright, so price for customer base. Okay, customer base means looking into customers aspect. You know, customers aspect in the sense that why are we making profit from this customer? Why are we not making any profit from this customer? You know, things like that. All right, so you are looking into the customers aspect. Now, take a look at uh, the chat box. What is the difference between customer and client? What's the difference? Do you call your patients clients or customers? Cuba tengok ni. Because when you write a proposal, you know, you need to, it will reflect on the reputation of your organization, kan? So when you write a proposal, do you say client or do you say customer? Cepat, cuba bagi respon sikit ni. Sebab dia tak ada cakap. Kena tulis lah. Siapa lagi? Rehan, Suhana, Naima, Mas Idayu. Wah, Mas Idayu pun ada ni. Cepat. Customer and client. Right, so what is the difference between customer and client? Dua-dua, you do understand, both would mean the person whom you are liaising with, right? Or the person whom gets the service or product from you. Yes, betul, that is correct. Okay, but what's the difference? What's the difference? Because you are, you know, from a stable, well-recognized organization. So do you say customer or client? Cepat, try to respond ni. I really hope that you have your drinks with you, your favorite drinks by your side. Yeah? So that you can be more active. Saya dah on kan siapa ni? Start on dia sebenarnya speaker. Sebab semua macam senyap je ni. Tak tahu macam mana. I don't understand how do people be commentators kan? Because no respond. Cakap korang, what's the difference between customer and client? In business ni, in your business proposal, you can have this. You refer to your, you know, those people who come and receive your service or your product as customer or client. Nur Akmalia, what's your answer to that? Husnina? Are you there? Saya tak tahu korang ni ada ke tak. Is my speaker okay? Can you hear me? Yes? No? Yes, okay. All right. Yes, you can hear me. So what's the difference between customer and client? All right. Okay, tak boleh tunggu ni. Nanti kita tak cukup masa. Customer. Okay, so of course you call those people who come to the hospital as patients, right? Misal kata, for example, if someone is bringing his or her mother to your hospital, so the person who brings the mother is called as the visitor, kan? But the patient is a person who seek for consultation or medication or consultation from your hospital. So you call them patients, right? So you have patients and visitors. That's fine. But in terms of writing proposal, you call them clients. You don't call them customers. So customer ni is more on a smaller scale. So kalau pergi kedai, if you were to go to the to the shop, then you call them as customers lah or buyers, kan? So that is more on a smaller scale and more informal. Alright, but for your proposal writing, it's more on a business business relationships, so you call them as clients. Alright, okay, so those are the things that we say phrasal verbs, collocations. Okay, so product launch. Okay, so launch, please know it's launch. Launch is different, lounge is different, lunch is different. Different pronunciations. So sayanglah kan korang tak boleh nak on speaker. But these are all 3 different pronunciations, yeah? Okay? So launch would mean the start. Okay? Kick off. When you kick off a product or when you launch a product. Okay, so that is different. Lounge. Okay, you tengok mulut saya lounge. So it's bigger kan? Tadi launch. Okay, now lounge. Okay, lounge is a place where you rest. Okay, so you go to the airport and you have a break, so you go to the lounge. Okay, lunch is different. Okay, so lunch would be your afternoon meal. Okay, so these are all different different pronunciations, yeah. Very good. Saya tak tahu ni siapa jawab. Client sounds more formal. Yes. Okay, so please know that one. So in your report writing or proposal writing, you will say client, okay, not customer. Okay, so we will come back dekat chat box. We will come back to the chat box in terms of phrasal verbs. Yeah, so let's continue with the slides. Okay, so just now we were talking about collocations. Alright, so collocation means a combination of words. So you can have verb noun, adjective noun, or noun and noun. Okay, while is for phrasal verbs is a combination. Okay, phrasal maknanya phrase lah. Phrase maknanya 2 or 3 words. Alright, it means 2 or 3 words. Okay, that is a phrase. So phrasal verbs means a combination of a verb plus another element, which is what we call as preposition. Preposition is to show the state, where. Okay, so you have on, you have in, you have at, you have above, you have in front of, you have towards, apa lagi? Up, apa lagi on dah. Down, you have off. Okay. Apa lagi? You have into, you have onto, you have out, macam-macam lah, all these prepositions. Alright, so a phrase means 2 or 3 words, okay, which phrasal verbs is a combination of 2 or 3 words using a verb. Verb is kata kerja to show an action, alright, a verb and the preposition. So you say branch out, right? So you say we need to branch out our business so we can make more profit or make money. Okay, so branch out means to expand. So using phrasal verbs is actually talking about the maturity of your proposal. Yeah, so using a phrasal verb, so long as they are the correct phrasal verbs, all right, using a phrasal verb will talk about the maturity of your writing. Why? Because you are replacing it with the common word. So you will seem like a tendency to, oh, sekarang dah bagi attendance okay, all right, so you will have you will tend to a phrasal verb can replace a common word. So you can see, for example, branch out means to expand or extend one's interest. So rather than using the word expand, you use branch out. Okay, so you have the verb plus the preposition out. Okay, so break into means to enter with force, all right, or entering somewhere without getting the permission. So you can, rather than using too many words to explain it, so you say break into. So it talks about the maturity of your vocabulary, kan? So carry on means to continue, to progress. Okay, so to close down, to stop operating lah. All right, so you can see close, that's a verb, and down, that's a preposition. All right, so look forward to this one. You will definitely use in your proposal. Look forward to hearing from you soon, right? Or look forward to your prompt response. Prompt, kan? Prompt maknanya instant, maknanya fast, or maknanya as soon as possible, right? Okay, so look forward to. When you say note down, it means to jot down or to write something down lah. Alright, so if you were to say in your proposal, jot something down or write something down, it sounds so informal. It sounds a little bit casual, like it's just a verbal or a spoken conversation, right? So you would want to avoid that. So rather than saying jot down or write something down, you say note down. So step down is a more polite way of saying it. So it talks about the maturity of your vocabulary, kan? So you will not say we need to get rid of you. All right, so you don't say that because that sounds very impolite. Yeah, so it sounds very informal. So if you were to say someone to leave the company, for example, right? If you were to say leave the company, we want you to leave the company, right? If you were to say that, then the response, the feedback will be negative. So always remember that in proposal writing, you would want to create that positivity. Yeah, you would want to get a positive feedback, beneficial feedback, not just from the other party, but from the continuous liaison. All right, okay, so you say step down, so rather than leave, rather than to say leave, kan? So it is crucial that the director needs to step down in order to create better ambience, kan, macam itulah, for example. Alright, so to take off means also to leave. Alright, to take off ni maknanya to leave or to exit lah. Alright, step down tadi maknanya to leave the company, to step down, to leave your post. That is step down. Take off is different. Okay, we need you to step down from your current position. Yeah. Alright, so that's a good example. Alright, so that is step down. To take off, to take off your shoes, or to take off as in to leave the premise, macam tu. Okay, alright, very good. Yeah. Siapa yang dash to everyone ni? This is not Shira, right? Siapa tu? Who are you? Because there's only dash there. Alright. Okay, now can you scan the code? Saya ketikkan ni. Oh, okay. Let's try and do practice test 1. Do practice test 1 first. Okay, sudahkah? Done. Okay, good. Now, the first one. We don't get off here. Get off maknanya apa? Turun. Okay. Okay, so get off here maknanya we have not arrived lah. Alright, so we do not leave the train. Alright, so the next one, do you? This one, everyone should be getting it right lah kan? Alright, so do you believe in ghosts? Right, so it means that do you trust in ghosts? Do you know we apa macam mana sentence dia? Do you believe in ghosts maknanya do you trust that ghost exists? Right? Okay, nurses often have to look after. Right, so look after maknanya take care. Yes, very good. Okay, get on the train. It's leaving. So get on. Okay, get on maknanya to write lah. Okay, go into, right? And then look at this photo in the paper. So look at means tadi dah sudah kan? Look at. It's mentioned about look at. So look at maknanya view or observe, right? So that short doesn't specifically at the photo, at one photo. Okay, it means that look at maknanya to observe, to view. That is look at lah. Okay, so observe this photo, right, in the paper. So number 6, that short doesn't. When you feel that doesn't match, doesn't match, very good. Doesn't go with, it means that doesn't match. Okay, very good. Okay, number 7, I've just come across some old photos. Come across, another word for that, starts with the letter F. Come across. Found, very good. You siapa sebenarnya ni? Tak ada nama. Julia visits my grandparents every day. They really depend on her. So depend on her. Another word for that? Depend on means rely. Very good. Okay, a lot of people in my family suffer from. Suffer from having. Okay, having a lot of people have high pressure. Okay, very good. Please let me pay for. Pay for the meal. Pay for. I have enough money. Pay for maknanya buy the meal lah. Buy, B-U-Y. Okay, very good. Now, before we go through the the second slide, let's try and take a look at these phrasal verbs in the chat box. Chat box, phrasal verbs. To do away with. So what does to do away with? What does it mean? To do away with. So for example, okay, to do away with. One new message. Okay, apa tu? To stop. Yes. Very good. To do away with means to stop, to end. Alright. So ini, this would be very good in your proposal writing, yeah. Okay, and then you have to drop off. To drop off apa? Drop off and drop by ni lain These are totally different. Both would have different meanings, yeah. Drop by means to singgah. Yeah, so when you drop by, it means that you want to be somewhere without notifying the person. Alright, so sudden attending suddenly, macam tu. So that is drop by. Okay, in a dash lah, sekejap macam tu. So to drop off means to take something and leave. Alright, so you need to drop off your child at the kindergarten, for example. Alright, so you have so to drop by or to stop by, kan? So to drop by or stop by, it will happen in a dash. Okay, so out of the blue. So to end up. To end up. Apa maksud dia? What does it mean? Kan? When something to end up means to accomplish, to finalize. Alright. Called in. Oh, ada bawah ni. Drop off macam hantar orang somewhere. Hantar orang, hantar barang pun boleh. You know, you could be sending people, you could be sending things. So I need to drop off my clothes to the laundry. So that is drop off. So you take something or someone and you leave it. Okay. I need to do a drop off for my for delivery, for example. That is drop off. Okay. Alright. So you boleh tengoklah kan. Call in. Call in means to call in ni maknanya to go over lah. Maknanya when you are called in for a meeting means to attend lah. Okay. Alright. To catch up. It is important for both organizations to catch up. Maknanya to update lah. Alright, to catch up with the necessary issues in order to create better environment. For example, okay. Putting in. Putting in. To give. Putting in a lot of effort. For example, okay, get back. Get back in return. Maknanya to receive lah. Alright. Work something out. Ni selalu ni. It is crucial for both parties to work something out in order to achieve, to find for solution. Okay. To work something out. Step in. Step in. The director needs to step in order to solve the problem. Masuk campur. Masuk campur ni, when you say masuk campur ni, it's very informal kan? To step in maknanya to get involved. To participate. That is to step in. Tapi it's a good try lah. Tapi selalunya macam if we were to say masuk campur, it's more on the negative part. It's very harsh. Kan? It's very harsh. Dia dalam bahasa Melayu dia, to step in maknanya to take over. Dalam bahasa Melayu apa dalam bahasa Melayu dia? Saya tak tahu. Step in. To get involved. Apa tadi saya cakap? To participate. Okay. Alright, and last one. Ni. Stick up for. You need to stick up to the right discipline, or you need to stick up. We need to stick up together in order to create a positive ambience. Stick up ni maknanya to support. Work together. To work together or support. Kan? To turn up to. Seorang je yang. To turn up to maknanya to report to, or to liaise with. Semua tu lah. Okay. Alright, let's continue. Now you can try and do practice test 5. Dia pun buat Melayu juga. Orang lain ni semua ada ke? Nampak 1, 2 je. Syirah dah senyap dah, Syirah. are all common, common phrasal verbs. Okay, done? Handcuff. Sudah. Okay. Alright. So you say came up. Came ni past tense lah kan? Alright. Why? With the new structure, maknanya the action of doing coming up with the new structure has been done. Okay, so that is came up. So came up means to actually develop or create. Alright, so you can see there we have to figure out. That's how you say it. When you figure out something, or when you figure out a solution to something, that is what it means. Yeah. All right. So and then cut out. If a person is cut out for something, it means that to eliminate lah. Okay, to disregard or to exclude. Okay. So you can see the answers there kan. Tom found a way to get around. Okay. So lepas tu please go on. Please go on. So when someone is talking and you have a phone call, for example, so you can just tell the person, please go on. You know, I can multitask. I can listen and I can speak on the phone as well. Alright. So you boleh tengok lah the answers. So it gives you the meaning of the words, yeah? Okay? Alright. So next slide. This requires more participation from you, all of you. Why? Because we are talking about grammar. So if in terms of grammar, a lot to absorb, yeah? But these are very important because it, you know, for example, when a subject does not agree with a verb, then it will give a different meaning. You are not sure if you say they are required, for example. So you know they is plural because it's plural, so you are required to submit the work by tomorrow. You know, for example, so subject is a noun, verb is the action, and they have to agree. If not, it talks about the maturity or the maturity of your writing, and then it talks about your basic grammar. So basic grammar ni is very important because it talks about the repetition kan. And then verb tenses, whether it's present or past, because if you use the present tense, it means it still happens, right? But if you were to use a past tense in your sentence, it means that it does not happen anymore. So if you want to say something about something that still happens and you use the past tense, so the person who's going to receive the information from you is going to regard that something does not happen anymore. So the information will not coincide, kan? Okay. So read the sentences below, okay, and notice the underlined words. So the problem is that, all right, so you can take a look at this. All right, I hope that you can see my cursor. So the problem. So when you read the problem or the issue, right, it shows that you are referring to just one. Okay, so that's why the problem is. So you are just referring to one particular problem. So in your proposal, for example, you use the word issue. So if you have to say the issue, so the person who reads your proposal will know that there is only one issue. You will be referring to just one particular issue. But if you have to write there the issues, right, so that becomes plural. So the reader who goes through your proposal will expect more than one issue, right? So the subject and the verb would have to agree. Okay, all right. So this one, the problem is, so you know one problem, that's why you use is. That, the pencil sharpness, so you know what is a problem. The problem is only one with one which only refers to sharpener, right? So this subject agrees with this verb that the pencil sharpness. So now you're talking about sharpeners. You have many sharpeners in the classroom. So you have more than one sharpener in one classroom. So this is your subject. This is just an added information, right? So if you have to look at in the classroom, if you have to leave that out, also okay. Because your subject for this verb are, this subject are, so subject, verb agrees. So you can see the problem is, so you know you're expecting just one issue. That the pencil sharpness, so you know you have more than one sharpener in that classroom. So you use are. Very old. All right. So because sharpness are and sharpness do. All right. So in one particular sentence, right, in your proposal, in one particular sentence, you can have so many nouns or subjects, right? But you need to check whether that subject is referring to which, which verb is referring to which subject. So you can see that you have one subject which refers to this. That it means that this one is saying more about the problem, all right, which you are referring to more than one sharpness. And so this is saying more about the sharpness. Where do you have the sharpness? In the classroom. However, this verb talks about this verb talks about this. All right, so you can have a lot of subjects. You can have with that you can have a lot of verbs, but each verb will belong to one particular subject. All right, so you can see now for the second example, you have and, right? So if you talk about and, it means that you are combining ideas. So it means that it has more than one subject. So now you have current work, that's one idea, one subject, and home schedules. So that is another idea. So you say prevent. So when you have plural subject, no S here for the verb, right? So prevent employees from exercising, because employees can, so not just one employee, but more than one, so from exercising enough. So you take a look at your subject. Which one is your subject? Okay? And then now, if the above purchase, right? If the above purchase, so it talks about one, so is approved. So is approved. So is, so because purchase is singular, Allah. Right, purchase is singular. The current productivity level, so you are talking about just one level, will increase. Now you can see after a model, after will, this is not a model, after will, it's always with the main verb. You do not change. Okay, so these are the things that you need to remember. Okay, If you have any question, please ask. Yeah, it's getting higher lah. Okay, let me just. Do you remember when to your is and are? Okay, let me just. Okay, let me just play you the video. Can you hear the sound? I have shared the sound. I've ticked for that. Mana saya punya chat box ni? Can you hear the sound? Yes? No? No? Allah. Stop sharing. Okay, let me just share again, yeah. Dah share sound ni. Okay. Now can you
Today's topic is understanding subject-verb agreement. Martha works from home. Martha is the subject because she is the person that is doing the action. Verbs are action words, so work is the verb. The subject and the verb of a sentence must always agree for the sentence to be grammatically correct. Martha is a singular subject, so the verb must be singular. Therefore, you need to add S to the verb.
Let me share this on the chat box, so that in case you cannot hear clearly, you can play it on your own. Okay, in case lah, in case.
Martha works from home. Frank and Eva fly to Spain in November. Frank and Eva are plural subjects, and the verb is to fly. With plural subjects, the subject and verb must still agree. So when the subject is plural, you don't need to add S to the verb. So Frank and Eva fly to Spain in November on business. So if the subject is singular, the verb should be singular. And if the subject is plural, the verb should always be plural. The problem is, not all verbs are used in a regular way, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Some of the most common verbs are irregular, such as be, go, do, have. Verbs and subjects must still agree, but you have to remember the way the irregular ones work. Look at the correct verb form for the third person, singular, for these irregular verbs. For example, I go to the local shops every day. However, my neighbour goes to the supermarket once a week. My puppy Alfie has soft fur. Oh. But these kittens have even softer fur. So remember to always make your subject and verb agree. Well done. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Okay, manage to watch that. Okay, manage to watch that, yeah. Okay, now as you can see, okay, down this one, sent. Now, if you were to watch that video, yeah, hopefully after this also you can still watch it. Alright, now if you were to watch the video, it talks about the subject, right? So whether you are referring to a subject or many subjects, so that the verb can agree with it. Alright, so you can also know that there are certain things that you do not change. So for example, if you have to be verb, okay, this is what we call as to be verb. To be verb means to write, to drink, to present. All right, so you do not change at all. Okay, you do not change at all. That's one. Always will always be always. Okay, so always is not the verb that has to agree with the subject. Okay, so you say I always. Because I is special, you don't have es or s for the verb. So you can see, despite that always has s, but always is not the verb to agree with the subject. So now the subject is I. Alright? So you say I always go to class. Or you say she always goes to class. But why? Because she is singular. So your verb has to have that s or es. Alright? They always go to class. Because you know that they is plural. So when you have plural, the verb, you don't have that s or es. Okay? Alright? Any other examples? Anyone can give examples? Other than go? Let's have, let's use implement. What do you implement in the hospital? Use this verb, implement. Write it in the chat box. Anis, if I were to put them in the breakout room, still they cannot turn on their speaker ke? Speaker
betul.
boleh?
Dia boleh dengar je, Miss.
Oh, boleh dengar saja. Boleh dengar saja. Still maknanya no point jugalah kan?
Betul.
Okay. Alright, Miss. So no point aku yang itu breakout rooms lah. Alright, so try and take a look at this. Okay, try and take a look at, you can still hear me, right? My sound is okay, kan? Alright, so take a look at this. I want you to use the verb implement. We implement the current standard operation procedure in SASMEC at IIM. Okay. Good attempt here. Alright, but because you have current, so you're supposed to use continuous tense. So we are implementing the current standard Alright, because you have the word current, it gives a different tense. Okay, it gives a different tense. So when you say current, it means that it is an ongoing thing. Ongoing. So it talks about existing. Alright, so unless you say unless you say the current standard operating procedure is currently implemented in assessment. But it's correct lah. We implement without S kan. So when we implement the current standard operation in SASMAT IUM, so that's one, we are implementing the current standard. So it means that it is something that is ongoing. Alright? Or you can write it this way: the current standard operating procedure is currently implemented. So you are using an adverb to emphasize on implemented, but you know it is implemented. But yes, correct subject verb agreement there. Alright, okay. Ni Tara ni, saya boleh come up with long sentences ni. Okay, is currently being implemented. Okay, okay, boleh? Yes, is currently being implemented. That is correct also, Tengku Anwar. So maknanya you are saying we are lah kan, not is lah. So we are currently, you are referring to that. The current standard operating procedure is currently being implemented. Also can. When you say is implemented, that is what we call as present passive. Allah, semua besar lah pula. Meaning to make the sentence formal. Okay, when you say is currently being implemented, this is again continuous tense or progressive tense. Betul. So you can see the difference between my sentence. The current standard operating procedure is currently implemented in SASMAT. Because it's currently implemented, you are being formal. Is implemented, that is the tense. So that is what we call as present passive. Why is it present tense? It is. Why is it passive? You have implemented. You have that irregular verb, past participle, implemented. So is implemented, that is present passive, because you want to make the sentence formal. But you can see, if you have to say the current standard operating procedure is currently being implemented, this is what we call also as a continuous tense, using the present passive also. Present passive continuous. Okay? Alright? Okay, good. The institution does not implement any of its policies during operation. Yes, very good. You can see the institution that talks about singular. So singular, so you have does. Okay, so the verb agrees with the subject institution. Okay, that's correct. But now you have does not implement. Okay, so what does this mean? Does is the SVA, subject verb agreement. Okay, not is just to show negative. So implement is the main verb which you do not change. That is correct. The institution does not implement any of its policies during operation. Okay. So please know that if you have negative, something that's just to show negative, after that, main verb. All right. So for example, the proposal is not, has not. Ni dah apa present perfect pula. Organization. Alright, so when you say the proposals, so that is the subject. So do is the subject verb agreement. So that is the verb that agrees with the subject proposals. So after not, main verb. Alright, do not present the organization. Alright, so if you have something like this, proposals have not reached. This is another tense which we say as perfect tense, right? So perfect tense, it means that the action has started, still continues, and it might prolong to the future. Okay, so you can see the proposals, so that is plural, so you have the have. Not is just to show negative. Reached is a past participle. So another tense lah ni ya. Okay. So macam-macam lah tenses ni. Tapi tenses macam ni. Present perfect. No. Perfect tense. Perfect tense. And passive tense. Perfect tense and passive tense are the ones that mostly you are going to use in your proposal. Why? Passive tense is to make it formal. Okay, whether it's present ke, past ke, future ke, passive tense, it will make your proposal formal. Okay, formal maknanya apa? When you give a proposal, you don't want to make it like a storytelling. Right? So when you don't want to make it like a storytelling, you use that passive tense, whether it's present passive or past passive. Right, so perfect tense, we'll be talking about a duration. So definitely you're going to use this perfect tense as well, whether it's present, past or future perfect. Alright, so you have the tenses there. Ada apa lagi soalan tak? Okay. Alright, so apa tadi saya nak cakap? Saya lupa lah. Alright, so now let's watch this video. Let me just play for you this one. Okay, so we have a chat box. I'm going to play for you as well lah. Alright, in case your sound system is weak or not functioning well kan.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect words that make your writing sharp, or explicit, or excellent, or distinctive. As a matter of fact, for what it's worth,
Hi everyone and welcome to my class. In this video, you will learn the verb tenses. And by the end of this video, you will be able to identify the verb and tense in a sentence and write a sentence using the past, present, and future. So, are you ready? Let's get started. Verbs come in 3 tenses: past, present, and future. The verb tense tells us when an action takes place. The present tense tells us about action that is happening now. The past tense tells us about action that has already happened before now. And the future tense tells us about action that is going to happen later than now. The verb in the present remains the same. S, ES, or IES are added to the verb if the subject is singular. Well, check this video to learn more about subject-verb agreement. The helping verb will is added to a verb to form the future tense. For example, will play. And verbs known as regular verbs have ed endings in the past tense. Play becomes played. I play in the snow. This tense is in the present. I played in the snow yesterday. This tense is in the past. It has already happened. I will play in the snow next year. This is an action that is going to happen in the future. Play, played, will play. Present, past, and future. Some regular verbs ending in ed have special spelling rules. When a verb ends in e, just add d. Arrive becomes arrived. 1e. When a one-syllable verb ends with one vowel and a consonant, double the last letter. For example, stop becomes stopped with double p. When a verb ends with a consonant followed by the letter y, change the letter y to I, then add ed. Worry becomes worried with I. But if the verb ends in a vowel and y, like stay, simply add ed. So if you want to remember this rule, just remember these 4 verbs. Irregular verbs don't follow the rule, so you simply have to memorize them and watch this video to learn more about irregular verbs. Now it's time to check your understanding. Her family lives in Singapore. Where is the verb in this sentence? Lives. And what is the tense of this verb? Is it past, present, or future? Present. Thousands of flamingos lived there. Where is the verb in this sentence? Lived. And what is the tense of this verb? It ends in ed. Past. They will travel next week. Where is the verb in this sentence? It's not only travel, will travel. And what is the tense of this verb? Future. Now, let's just wrap up. The verb tenses tell us when an action takes place. Verbs come in 3 tenses: past, present, and future. Now, before now, and later than now. Will precedes the verb in future tenses, and ed is added to regular verbs in past tenses. Well, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends.
Dapatan Timurakan rose dan larutan kelopak bunga. Kelembapan semula jadi dengan minyak botani menyegarkan secara semula jadi dari dalam, menjadikan rambut.
Okay, alright, so you now know you have the 3. Okay, present, past, and future. Okay, now let me test you. Alright, let me test you. So you do understand, right? Present, past, and future. Kenapa saya nak kat sini? Dekat chat box. Okay, so you did yesterday for your proposal writing, you have 3, right? So number 1, you have purpose. Number 2, the sections, yeah. Number 2, you have problem. Kalau cakap problem, kita cakap issue. Okay. Number 3, you have the solution. And number 4, you have the conclusion. Okay. Now, looking at all these 4. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now, which, okay, saya type lah sini. Which section of the proposal will you use present tense? All right, look at my question. All right, which section of the proposal will we use present tense? Present tense. If you can recall, purpose, only purpose? Right? So as you can recall, present tense means it still happens. All right? Past tense means something that does not happen anymore. Okay? Future tense, you will talk about something that you expect to happen. Okay? So now present tense, Tengku Anwar, you are choosing purpose and conclusion. Ada lagi? What about solution and problem or issue? Orang lain? Other people? Come on. Shira, no longer listening from you. You have Shafa, you have Marcella, Ashraf. Cuba tengok. So Tengku Noor says that present tense will only be used for purpose and conclusion. Anything else? Anyone else? Mas Idayu, Alif Amirul, mana ni? What are your response to this? Rehan, solution, future. Okay. All right. Okay. Good response. Lagi orang lain ni. Sharia, Fiza. Can I have Fiza? Fiza, please answer the question. Fiza. Because you have all these 4 sections kan in your proposal. Fiza, can you please respond? Reply to the question, please. Let's have Suhana. I want you to reply to the question. And Ashraf. Let's wait for siapa tadi? Ashraf. Suhana and Fiza. Can you give your response there in the chat box? Cepat. We are referring to your proposal ni. You had learned that yesterday kan? Alright? You know what is the purpose. You know what is the problem or issue. You know what you have, what content you have in the solution, and you know what you have in the conclusion. Cepat, we are waiting for you. Suhana, Ashraf, as well as Fiza. Type your answers, please. Your answers. Are you people there or not? Are you people there? It's already 11:39. Fiza, are you there? Can you just type? Type. Give us your answer. Suhana and Ashraf. Give your answers. Are these people there? Anis? Anis?
Yeah, Miss.
These people, are they there? Ashraf, Suhana, and Fiza are they there? Are they not just physically present, yeah? Physically and mentally present or not?
Not sure, Miss.
Yeah. Aduh. Okay. Alright. So if you were to take a look, purpose, yeah? The purpose has to be in present tense. Okay. Obviously, that has to be in present tense. Why? Purpose. You are talking about your intention. So intention has to be now. Right? It's not about the future, but the purpose is now. Now as in what is your intention? What do you plan to achieve? What do you want to achieve and things like that. Alright, problem or issue. Tengku Noir says, apa ni? Problem or issue tak ada ya? So problem or issue ni what tense do you use? Present or past? Obviously not future lah kan? Okay, so you have problem or issue. Okay, this could be in present. This will most likely be in present. Okay, because you are talking about something that an issue that still happens, that still exists. Yeah, however, you can also refer to if you are requesting for an improvement. So maybe or an increase of budget, for example. Okay, or you are referring to an issue that had happened and you don't want it to happen anymore. So it could be in past tense also. All right, solution. This should be in present tense. Yes, very good. Okay, this should be dua-dua boleh, present and past. So yes, dua-dua boleh. Problem and issue, dua-dua boleh. Okay, solution has to be in present. Okay, why is it in present? Because you are referring to the current situation, the current request, that you are creating that method or that way or that ways of handling the issue or the problem. Alright. However, like Tengku Anwar said, conclusion. You will use present and future. In conclusion paragraph, you will use present tense and future. Why is it present tense? Because you want to conclude with regards to your whole proposal. So that talks about the present tense, right? And future, why? Because you expect to happen. You are hoping to happen. Right? Based on your request, you are hoping to happen. You are hoping to achieve. Okay? Alright? That explains it lah. So you can take a look at this. This is a table with regards to the subject-verb agreement. Okay? So you have the subject. Alright, so you have the subject singular, he, she, it, of course it's with. So if you say an institution or the institution, definitely is. Okay, is RM is what we call as verb B. Listen here. Verb B. Okay, so we, they, you, are, ini semua verb B. Okay, was or were, of course that talks is RM. Change that to past tense, becoming was or were. Verb to have. Okay, verb to have, has or have, depending on the subject. Kalau singular, if it's singular, has. Right, it has. They have. I have. Alright, so you can take a look at that. Okay, present tense. Past tense, it's simpler because has or have, you change that to past tense, both becoming had. Okay, all right, so you can take a look at that. And then you have singular Allah. Let's check here. Okay, so you have this, singular or plural. You have verb do. Verb do is okay. So he, she, it does. We, they, I, you. It becomes do, right? So I do agree with you. All right. She does agree with you. She agrees with you. Okay. So action verb. So kalau is RM, those are all singular. So you have S at the back. All right. Plural, you don't have any S. This is the plural verb. Tapi tak ada S kan? But it is called as a plural verb. This is the singular verbs. Okay. So do or does, change that just like has or have. Change that. Just one, did. So very simple, did. Write becomes wrote. Attend, attends. Attend, attended. All right. So you can see they do not change. Now what you can do is, because we are running out of time, what you can do is you can, okay, let me change to this one. Let me just change to this one. Okay, suspect side. Okay, kita pilih lah. Alright, so what you can do is you can take irregular verbs. Google irregular verbs. Alright, so you can take a look at this. When we talk about when we talk about passive or perfect tenses, okay, when we talk about passive or perfect tenses, it is a combination with past participle, the one at the back. All right, so you say, I have given. Okay lah, I have delivered the cake. She has delivered the cake. All right, so both are present tense because you have and has. So I, that is special, so you use have. She is singular, you use has. Plus the past participle, the one at the back here. If has or have, change that to past tense. So it becomes I had delivered. So maybe you had delivered the cake yesterday or last night or last year, last week. Right? So you still need this past participle. So passive tense with the past participle also. Passive tense is RM, was, were. He is asked to. Okay, so he is asked is shows present tense. Ask is the past participle back here. Okay, so they are asked to meet the boss. All right, so is and are, you change that to past tense. So past passive, they become we. All right, so is or are, change that to past tense, they become were. All right, so that is past passive. Okay, so continuing to this. All right, let's try and do these quizzes. I will share this on the link. I will share the link in the chat box. Okay. Copy. That's one. That's another one. I will try and play it as well. So hopefully it works. Okay. I'll present this as well. Start a live quiz. Classic. Okay, this is the code. Dah? Alif saja ada. Lagi? Ha, Anwar, Anis. Okay, ada lagi kah? Okay, start lah ya. Kita nak seorang lagi lah. Ni ada 3 orang je ni. Anis, tak tahu siapa lagi ada kat sini ni. Wal-wal. Okay. Okay, saya start lah ya. Dapat tak sempat nanti. We have few more slides, you know. She and her friends. First question. You should definitely get that right. Everyone should definitely get that right. Okay, good. Okay. Choose the correct sentence. Question 2, one aja correct. tahulah saya explain jugalah while you are doing it. Kalau or, if you have or, right, you take a look at the subject before the verb. Because I can see that question 3, question 2, question 3 lah kan. Question 3 ni one correct. So if you have, for example, the boy or his friends, so the verb will refer to the subject before the verb. The subject is before the verb. Kalau satu singular, satu plural, before the verb. Okay, and then you have the team captain as well as his players. Now, take a look at that. If you are going through that question, take a look at it. Which one is the subject? Is it the team captain or the players? So you take a look at that. Tak berapa faham? Siapa ni? Siapa yang tak berapa faham? Saya tak tahu nama you ni sebab you ada dash je. Can you just write your name please so I would know? What is it that you don't understand? The subject verb agreement or the quizzes ni? What is it that you don't understand? You need to clarify further. What is it that you don't understand? The subject. Kenapa satu je? Why not both as subjects? Okay, I think you are actually referring to macam tadi kan saya cakap kan question ni. So for example, if it says that itu saya cakap, you take a look at the sentence, which one is the subject? Now, if you say the woman with all the dogs, do you think the subject is actually talking about the woman or is it talking about the dogs? So it's actually the subject is the woman. With all the dogs is just an added information. So you must know which one is the subject. So the woman, that is singular, so walks, right? And then you have the team captain as well as his players. So it is the subject does not talk about the players. As well as his players is an added information. Itu saja. Alright, so you've got first, second and third winners. Okay, so you tengok Okay, saya tunjuk. Hold on ya. Okay, so I can see that towards the end kan, the questions, most of the questions that make you confused is actually the ones that, it means that you are not aware of which is the subject sebenarnya. Okay, so let's just go through a little bit on the subject, yeah. Okay. Kita tengok ini. Okay, let's go through the questions for a while. Okay, so you boleh tengok ni. This one is very simple lah. First question. So she and her friends. You are the end. So obviously it's are. Okay? Alright? So lepas tu, the book or the pen. So always remember, if or, then you take a look the subject before the verb. So the subject here, the book or the pen, that is singular. So is. Alright? So if I were to say an apple and the oranges, sudah ada satu singular subject, satu plural. So before the verb, you take a look at the subject before the verb. So saya cakap the oranges. So that is plural. So that is are. Okay? This one. If you have any question, just ask ya. Tapi I'll just go through the questions with you. Alright? So same goes for this one. The boy or his friends. So the subject before the verb would be his friends. So that is plural. So run. Alright? Because you have one singular, one plural. So you take the subject before the verb. Alright? So ni terbalik pula. So his friends or the boy. So now it becomes singular. So runs. Alright? So dia macam tu ya. This one. Now, this one is very much important. The subject is actually one, not of the boxes. Okay? So of the boxes is just an added on information. So you just want to say one is open. Tapi one what? Right? So you add on information. So one of the boxes. So your subject is actually one, not of the boxes. Of the boxes is just an added on information. So is lah. Right? So ini yang saya cakap tadi ni, the team captain as well as his players. Subject is talking about the team captain, not about the players. Right? So when you have as well as his players, that is just an added on information, but the subject is the team captain. So that becomes singular, is. Alright? Unless you're talking about many team captains, then that's different lah. Okay? The woman with all the dogs. So with all the dogs, you can see it's just an added on information. So a subject is actually the main noun, the main idea that you are talking about. So you can see in the sentence, it is actually talking about the main idea in the sentence is actually the woman. Right? So you can see with all the dogs, it's just an added on information. So the woman that is singular, so walks. Right? So when you have each, some, each, any, anyone, someone, these are all singular. Alright? So each of these hot dogs, so the subject is referring to each, which is singular. Alright? Okay? So everybody knows. Everybody is singular, so knows. Ini satu lagi. When you have either or neither nor. Alright? So neither nor means it's neither nor means none. None. Tak ada langsung. So that is singular also. Either or, then it talks about a choice. So tengoklah apa subject you. Alright? So either is correct. Either is singular. Alright? Now, this one is quite confusing. You have to understand, news will not change. Whether it is singular, whether it is plural, it will always be news. Alright? So it has it has to refer to your content. If I were to say I read the news, which is on Tuesday, for example. So when I say I read the news, so it means that I'm referring to a news. Right? The news are read during bulletin utama. So takkanlah one news saja yang baca. Masa bulletin utama banyak-banyak news. So it will always still be news. But it has to refer to your content. whether you're referring to just one news or you are referring to many news. All right, so it will take it from there. So the news is on at 6. So the news, okay, this one the answer will be is, all right, because you are referring to one particular one. All right, so next one, choose the correct sentence. The measles, despite that measles is plural, it seems like plural, but you take a look at it, whether or not singular or plural, it will still be measles. But you take a look at the sentence, the measles is referring to one penyakit, one disease. So the subject is singular. All right, so the measles is a contagious disease. Right, so same goes for this question here. Mathematics. Despite that you have the S, but you are just referring to one subject, which is mathematics. So is lah, singular. All right. Question 14. $5. Okay, so $5. It is not talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, $5. It is not talking about that, but it is talking about the amount, the total. Right? So you say $5 is a lot of money because you are referring to the total. Okay, so remember that one. All right, so dollars are often used instead of rubles in Russia. Dollars is often used. That is the answer. Because you are referring to just one subject, as in money. Right, so we are not counting 1, 2, 3 that it makes it plural, but you are talking about a noun, just one subject. Okay, choose the correct sentence. These scissors are not sharp enough. These scissors is not sharp enough. You have these, so that is plural. If THIS, this, that is singular. These, those are plural. Okay, so these scissors or those news, these are all plural. Okay, kalau this ataupun that, these are all singular. Okay, all right. So you have many questions. So questions, so are lah. Okay, you know more than one question, right? So there is a question, there are a question, you have a question, right? So there is, all right? So the team, now you are talking about a group, right? The team runs because you are referring to one team, all right? Unless you say the teams, so it means that you are talking about different teams. You have more than one team. So kalau ni, the team runs because the team is singular, so ada S lah kat verb, runs. But if you say the teams, so you are referring to different teams, so run during practice. All right. Question 20. My family. Same goes like question 19. You are talking about my family as in one group. All right. So my family eats dinner at 6 p.m. You are not referring to one by one. You are not counting them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless you say my family members eat dinner at 6 p.m. So members, it is talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, father, mother, children. So that becomes plural. But for this one, you are counting it as in a group. Right? So if you say a group of students, that is singular because you are referring to one group. Of students is just an added on information. Right? Unless if you have to say groups or 3 groups of students, then you're talking about 3 different groups. So that becomes plural. All right. So I hope that I managed to to elaborate lah, ya. So you can try the subject verb agreement, another quiz on quizzes. All right. So there is another quiz on, kita buat satu ya. Saya kena ching dulu. Okay. I need to stop. Okay. Stop. saya punya bateri. Sekejap saya share dulu. Let me just share with you this one. So we'll just do one. Okay, we'll just do one. But let me just share this on the chat box. Paste this one. Okay, this photocopiable. You can take a look at it on your own after this. All right. So let's just open this one. Okay, let's try and do this one. Yeah, so most importantly is that subject verb agreement will be talking about, which subject, because you can add on information. Kan? So for example, saya cakap, okay, so for example, you take a look at my chat box, yeah. So I say, my family, which loves to eat together, right? So my subject, alamak, saya guna would lah pula okay. My family, which loves to eat together, gathers every weekend. Okay, subject verb agreement. Now you can see my subject is actually referring to my family. Right? Which loves to eat together is just an added on information. But my subject is my family. So that is singular. So gathers. Right? Okay, so you do it like that. So you take a look at the subject. Alright, so these are the questions. Okay, so she, and you have to Australia in 1994, and she liked it very much. Okay, so you know that this is in past tense, right? So past tense of go would be, cepat, chat box. Cepat, they're running out of time nak tanya. Which tu bukan untuk benda tak hidup ke? Kalau human pakai whose. Okay, let me explain this. Who or whose to refer to human beings. Right? That can be used for things and which is used okay, so in the chat box, who or whose or whom is to talk about belonging, yeah? Okay, so who or whose or whom to refer to human beings only. But you can see my family, I'm not talking about the person, right? I'm talking about a group. So that's why I say guna which. I can use which or I can use that, right? So if you say she, apa tadi? She whom goes to class daily managed to score for the exam. So he, she, a person. So whichever subject that refers to human beings, you can use who, whom, whose. Alright. Kalau which, only for animals and things. Tapi kalau you tengok that, you can use for all. She is the one that submitted the work beyond deadline. For example, itu you boleh guna who or whom or which lah, whose lah. Okay, alright. Okay, so you can take a look at this. This is on tenses, yeah. So liked is already in past tense. You know that. And you have 1994. So this one, the answer would be cepat would be what? The past tense of go, very good. It's went. Right? So you can see number 2, usually. So usually talks about something that still happens. Always, usually, often, what else? Daily. Okay, very good. My father, that is singular, so likes. Okay. Number 3, the dog. And you have the clue, last night. So that should be in, what's your answer? 8. Very good. That should be in past tense. All right. So the dog, the past tense of eat, straight away 8. All right. So the policeman, and you have the clue yesterday. So very good. The answer is talked. All right. Now the plural for policeman would be, that is plural. Okay. So the policemen are talking to each other. Or you say the policeman, that is singular, so is, okay, things like that. A child, that is singular. Children, that is plural. You know, things like that. So you have to know that. Huh? Question 5. A test last week. So remember, only the first verb will be changed to past tense. After that, after you don't change. Okay, so you have last week, so that should be in past tense. So did you, because you're gonna have. So did you have a test last week? Okay, so what makes it past tense? It's did. Did. Have, you stick to the main verb. You don't change. If you change have to had, maknanya you ada did, one verb, had, what, 2 verbs. 2 verbs with 1 subject, which is you, salah. Double verb, tak boleh. You can have many subjects with 1 verb, but you cannot have many verbs with just 1 subject. Okay, so remember that one. So I often see her mother, but she never. I often. Spoken is irregular verb tadi. Right? Irregular verb. You tengok sini, kalau speak, mesti ada speaknya kat sini. Speak. Present tense is speak. This is present tense. Speak. Past tense, spoke. Alright? When you say spoken, that is the past participle. So past participle, you cannot use it alone. Okay? Alright? So the answer would be Allah. Okay? So the answer, yes. Speaks. Why is it in present tense? Because you are the often. Maknanya something that still exists. Kan? So I often see her mother, and you have this clue. Right? Because I, so see. So it is in present tense. But she, never is just like not, just to show negative. Alright? So never, because she is singular, so speaks to me. Alright? So the gentleman, M-A-N, this is singular. To his servant for 2 hours. Spoke is past tense. Alright? To his servant 2 hours ago. Okay, betul. So this is a past tense. I thought present perfect. Okay. Alright, so the gentleman spoke to his servant 2 hours ago, because you had the ago. So that makes it past tense. The kangaroo always carries its babies. Right? Very good. My friend, every day. So every day. So that obviously talks about present tense. Kan? So the kangaroo always carries its babies. Right? Okay. So my friend talks a lot every day. Okay. The man, last weekend, so the man drove. Yes, very good. All right. Number 11, my brothers, you have last week. Left, very good. My sisters, every year in June. So it means that continuously, yearly. So that talks about present tense, right? So my sisters leaves for England every year in June. So consistently done, being done yearly, all right? So I don't like that man because he often, the 13, laughs, very good, because he. Her sister never, her sister smokes, singular kan. The cat usually leaves. The cat, that is singular. Usually, that talks about something that still happens. All right, okay. Very good. Okay, so I've given you in the link also. So hopefully you have copied in the link. I've given you the link in the chat box. Okay, hopefully you can try that one out as well. All right. So Alhamdulillah, thank you. I hope that I've done some justice to you. It's already 12:22. Okay. Do you have any question? Any other question? The first step in knowledge is to listen. You listen first. Then to be quiet. Why do you be quiet? Because you want to absorb. Quiet, absorb, and attentive so that you are focused. You know, you can grasp. You can achieve, you can grasp, grasp, all right? Then to preserve, why preserve? It makes you think. Then to put it in practice, right? After receiving, after focusing, after acknowledging whatever that you have learned, you practice, right? So you don't just receive, but hopefully you will also practice it so that, you know, you will be able to use the language, yeah? So do you have any question before we leave? Is there any question? Oh, tak. Grasp maknanya menerima. Menerima ke? Grasp maknanya absorb or receive. Grab, when you grab something, kalau macam mencuri itu snatch lah. Alright, when you grab something or you quickly grab food kan, so quickly take. Okay, to grasp is to accept, is to receive, is to absorb. You macam, saya tak tahu absorb. Saya rasa menerima lah, tapi macam you absorb maknanya you to receive something, for you to ponder upon, or for you to think about. So that is grasp. Alright? To grab, macam grab food, it means that to quickly take. So kalau you lapar, you don't have the food and you can't cook, so you grab through grab food. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question, yeah? Any other question before we leave? I apologize to be taking your time. I really hope that you managed to focus mentally and physically in class, and I really hope that you practice, yeah, use the language, practice it. All right. Okay. All the best. Anis, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Thank you, Miss Lina. For the training, hopefully all of us can get benefit from this talk, with this training. With that, we end our training with tasbih, para dan surah.
Thank you, Miss. Tadi on the way datang office.
Oh, okay. Alright, thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Miss. To all participants, please fill up feedback form for your CPD points. Okay, Miss. Bye-bye.